Welcome back, YouTube. It's your host, Bruce GNT, and for today's video, I've been seeing this video like circulate around YouTube, and I was like, you know what? I want to give my take on it. I want to give a little bit of my input on this matter right here, right? So I went, found it, and I kind of watched through a little bit. So, you know, we're all set. We're all ready. You know, we're going to jump right in. But before that, don't forget to leave a like, comment down below, tell me your thoughts about this video before and after, and then hit that subscribe button. So let's jump in.
My topic is, he's a 10 or not.
Why she looking at me, y'all? Like, I'm a 10. So she not talking
We
to me.
know that he thinks he's a 10.
I'm a 10.
But no, you know, it's a lot of average dudes out here expecting this king treatment from us queens. A lot of guys out here, they are a 6 or 7 at best. And they feel like we're supposed, first of all, you're approaching a 10. You're approaching a and then you want them to treat you like you're a 10. So tell me, Melita, what do you think about that? Especially, and I would say this is probably more prominent over 45.
I'm gonna give my input before she starts speaking, right? For those of you that don't know me, I'm what you would call a connoisseur of older women. That's my main demographic. That's not the only women that I talk to, but mainly those are the main women that I talk to. Anybody that knows me personally, they already know. I had this reputation back when I was in the service, all the way till now. It has persisted. So I've dated women a bit older than me. I've dated women much older than me. So I'm what you would call a SME, subject matter expert. I'm here to tell you that of the 3 women here, right, because it seems like they're all above the age of 45 or around the age of 45, maybe touching 50, maybe in their 50s. If she's speaking about in the looks department, because sometimes when a lot of women talk about this, they conflate, you know, the whole, when we talk about ranking, which is kind of stupid, you know, they talk about it in the sense of they combine looks and potential, you know, money making potential, you know, how you carry yourself and how you dress, you know, how you are emotionally, everything like that. They combine that and put it into the number scale, where mostly men, we say, hey, look, number scales apply to looks only. So if we're just going to go by looks only, right, these are relatively attractive women. Relatively, these women are not 10s. No, looks wise, no, they're not 10s. I don't know who told them that they were that. I don't know if they're assigning that number to them, and if they want to use the scale of them combining all the other, like, you know, variables in them deciding whether or not they're 10s and whatnot, even still, I'm pretty sure they're not 10s. Because what tends to happen is that a lot of these older women, right, they get to their advanced age and then they have this idea that I'm good, I'm perfect, and everything like that, and they're not. A lot of them are not emotionally regulated. A lot of them are not emotionally mature. The amount of women I've met that were older than me, 40 and up, that I'm talking to them, I'm just like, what the this is how you can't communicate properly? You're too big and old to be, you know, and that's a West Indian saying, big and old, in other words, big in age and everything like that. And you can't communicate your feelings. You can't talk and say exact. I can't make this up. And I'm guessing these women up here are single. If you're single and you're in this age group and everything like that, and you're still dating around and no one snatched you up, I'm forced to believe that it's not everyone else, that it's you as well. Because I've come across women like that, where they're just like, oh, well, it's just them. I get to know them, we date and everything like that. And I'm just like, no, this is you. It's you. You're the problem.
When you're dating over 45, these men got gout. They got a bad knee.
She is going hard, y'all.
That gout. They got a bad knee. Yes. They sleep with a CPAP machine. They do.
Hold off real quick. Hold off. Because, and I had to learn this, I guess you could say, the hard way. These women look good clothes. Especially, it looks like these women are not the most well-kept physically. I'm not being rude. I'm just being objective and saying that. All I'm going to say is that I've undressed many of women that were older, and they have all their bits tucked in neatly and everything like that when they're clothed, but when it comes off, different story. So she can't be sitting there talking about physically about how who got. I'm just gotta keep it a buck.
Been there, done that. I'm just saying, dude, you are a 7 at best, boo. And then you want to tell me, oh, you need to do this, and you got me straight. Yeah, tripping. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, think about it.
I like how the whole time she was speaking, old dude was just looking at her like, because I'm pretty sure if he was to be objective and sit there, he would be like, look, y'all not so hot either.
When we're in our 40s, we can date the daddy or the son. They honest. So why pick the daddy when we can date the son?
Yes, yes.
And again, that's another thing I've encountered too, dating older women. A lot of them have this sense of entitlement or this false sense of reality where they believe because, and I'm gonna get vulgar here for a second, right? Because we're fucking them, that means something. It's like, no, you hit me up because no one's paying you any attention. I go through, do what I gotta do, and then I'm out. That doesn't mean that you can get the daddy or the son. It just means that you can get smashed by the daddy or the son. You know what I'm saying? And look, you ain't gotta believe me. You really don't. You really don't. You don't. But I just know what I'm talking about. You know, experience.
I agree. I agree. She is funny. I agree. I feel like dating over 45, 40, 50, whatever the case may be, is like shopping on a clearance rack. Like,
not clearance.
Yeah.
Not a clearance rack.
Not no rack.
Oh, they're dragging.
You do know you're also on that clearance rack, right? I'm sounding like a broken record. As someone that's dated multiple older women, they all have this mentality. They all have this mentality that even though they're in the same boat, right? They're like, no, I'm the prize. Yeah, I'm the one shopping on clearance. Honey, you up there too. You are up there too. Like, I don't know why you had this idea that you're not in the same predicament as those older men. Your knees ain't right anymore. You can't do what you used to do. Come on now. Your hair falling out. Can we be honest? Can we be honest? Can we be 100% honest? Y'all not no spring chicken either. But you think you're shopping on the clearance rack. Alright.
They dragging us through the mud up
The
ahead.
diamond in the rough, you gotta find that one piece that it's hard to find. I really honestly feel like dating over 45 and to what you said, you're a 10 and you have these men that are 7s, 5s, 4s. It's a lot.
Maybe it speaks to the ratios that's going on out there. They feel empowered by that.
No, let them know.
Them
Let them know.
I'm just
Let
saying.
them know.
Let
them know.
I think it's a balance. I feel like when you're at a certain space in your life, you know what I mean? Like I've been divorced. I've been married most of my life, and you're in a certain space you don't expect or want less than, or your standards and your boundaries are different. So I personally feel like it's a lot. It's been a lot. It's been challenging, trying. It's been a lot. Well, but
I'll help you out there.
What they're not saying is that the men that they want don't want them. Because if you listen to them, right, they're gonna make it seem like all that's left are 4s, 5s, and 7s and everything like that, which a 7 is above average. They're gonna sit up there and make it seem like all that's left are a whole bunch of 4s, 5s, and 7s, and they just happen to be the 10s that just happen to shop. No, they have men out there that are 10s, right, doing well for themselves, single, and what they're not telling you is that those men don't want them. They don't. You want to know what's going on? Because she just said it, but she applied it to herself. Those men that are older, they're dating younger as well. They're not looking at them. They're not looking at them. What they're not telling you is that the reason why they have a choice between the daddy and the son is because the daddy that is a 10 doesn't want them. The son that's a 10 also doesn't want them. He'll use them for fun, but when it comes to like anything more than that, no, he's not wasting it. He's not wasting his time. He's truly not. The reason they date younger is because the mystique of dating an older woman, of being with an older woman, more mature woman, experienced woman, that's usually what that is. I'm not lying.
I think a lot of times they expect once you reach a certain age that you're supposed to compromise and settle. And you hear that word a lot. They say, oh, you're 45, you're 48. Just take what you can get. As if you don't bring a lot to the table. Think about it for a second. As women, there's so much we have to do. You know, men, they put on a black tee, some jeans or sweatpants and sneakers, and they out the door. You know, they take their little bald head. We getting hair, makeup, eyelashes, nails, waxing. We got the whole situation that we have to do.
They got the girdles on and everything like that. Yeah, it's a good thing she's saying all that because all that upkeep is because once you remove all that, that's all I say.
Only to present ourselves to someone who's subpar. That's crazy. And then to say that we should reduce ourselves down because of the ratios, as they say. But when you talk about the ratios, we should really talk about quality women
The quality,
versus
that's good.
quality men. Because there's a lot of women out here, but you, Marcel, you know they ain't shit.
I'm really
Quality.
just taking this all in. I mean, I'm not going to
give us
real.
your opinion.
I can't really elaborate on because I think, I mean, from Dawn's perspective, though, the question is, what is she saying? Like, what's that standard there, right? I don't what she considers to be a 7 to whoever could be a 10 to someone else.
That's true.
So it's I
That is
think
true.
that right there kind of mixes the bowl. That's the first thing, right?
Yes.
Because where you are in your life, that's going to create your standard. That's one. Again, born here in the DMV, District, Maryland, Virginia, for you guys that are national.
He brings up a good point, right? Location matters as well. I've seen the women in the DMV area. Whew. Yeah, y'all women are not 10s up there. Stop lying. I love going to the DMV. Oh, man. Whew. The clubs, man. Fantastic. Yeah. Stop playing. Somewhere else, sure, maybe. But in the DMV area, y'all not holding the candle to the women up there that are y'all age and older that have it put together. Money-wise, okay, sure, you know what, y'all may be, like, you know, higher up than, you know, I guess some of your male counterparts, maybe. But, yeah, I've been to the DMV area. I know the talent over there. Pretty good.
It's just what it is. It's just kind of like in Atlanta. It's going to be the ratio issue. It's going to be way more women than guys. I wouldn't want to be a female in that situation because it does lend to some of the things that you hear Dawn speaking to. Like, you're just going to have guys that are willing to take a shot because they already know that, listen, like, if I see it, whatever, we can say a 10 is whatever somebody's perspective is, but that guy sees a 10, he feels emboldened to take the shot because he has nothing to lose. First of all, like, that's just what it is. Now, what you do with that shot, that's that person, that female's perspective. But I just think that when it comes to that issue in general, it's more really about just, again, where those two people are in life. And if your standard is whatever that standard is, and you can't find a guy that's going to meet that standard, and you feel like anything under that standard is basically you compromising or settling, then you have to be equipped mentally to be rolling solo. That's just the way this works. Because you already
Trying to nicely say, hey, look, you kind of would have to, because if you're not willing to take what's coming to you, right, and whether or not you feel that they're beneath you or not, looks department, financial, whatever have you, okay, then just be solo. Do your own thing. And like I said before, in the DMV area, there's a plethora of men of different caliber out there. And if you're telling me that these 3 women that are 10s are just being approached by the 4s, 5s, and 7s, that may just be your level. That's your lane. Because the true 10s are being approached by every man. Because there's no way you're sitting up here being like, yeah, there's these men that are approaching us. So what about the 10s? There are no men out there that are 10s that are in your age group that are interested? No? Sounds like that's a personal problem.
They said it. You're like, I'm not going to go down. It's only up. And if up is the only option, then you have to, you have to deal with what you're saying, that you're diminishing that pool, right? And when you diminish that pool, you can't complain about what's left. And then to wrap this up, what's left, everybody's going after that, right? The visual, basic stuff that we're talking about, keep it simple. We can go, he has to have a great job, height, nice car, all that bullshit fluff. At the end of the day, every woman sees that. So now you got that guy that you got to deal with that has his pick of the litter. So what you going to do with that guy? Is that the guy you want that can have 5 women? So, I mean, it's a mixed bag there. It's not as simple as the way that's kind of outlined to be. But, again, to me, on the dating issue, on that issue particularly, it's to each his own. But, I mean, the opening up, you're absolutely right. There are many guys that's taking a shot at the 10. What they have to lose? They have nothing to lose.
Which is why women have chosen, and I find that a lot of women are choosing to stay single.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's like, it's peaceful.
It's peaceful.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody
Peace is
ain't got
everything.
time. And you just had 5 boyfriends.
A whole roster.
It's more
The starting lineup.
As soon as one say no, you call the next one.
Ooh.
That's what's changed, though.
It's all
You
good.
feel like that's changed? You've seen that?
For me, I'm just
Let's see.
entering the date scene, and I can really only date one person at a time. I can.
Really?
I mean, I know that a lot of
Girl.
people saying date them all, but I have to focus, and I need to know. I do have to focus. You know what I mean?
What they're not telling you is that unless you let it be known to all these people that you're just dating, and then it's like legit dating, like relationships and whatnot, which I can tell you for a fact, that's not what that is. It's fucking mostly, you know. And I could be wrong. Pretty sure I'm not. This sentiment right here that these women have is rampant in women in their age group, especially when they reach a certain stature and whatnot. They have this mentality of like, oh yeah, it's not me, it's everyone else. I'm shopping on the clearance rack. I'm the prize. But yet you had to date multiple men because none of them are apparently up to your liking. You know what I'm saying? Help me make sense of this. There are no 10s out there. You're the only 10, right? And you're shopping on the clearance rack, but then you're dating multiple people that are not on your level. You know, come on now. I know the game.
I mean, I do not feel like I am giving you a fair shot if I'm checking for Joe and checking for
That's great.
John, whomever.
Well, let me know how that work out for you.
honestly,
No, but I agree with Tom.
but I do
Of
get.
course you do,
I can
Marcel.
get in
Why
and
is it? Of
out.
course I did. Damn, did you catch that? What's all that heat coming from that?
Why do you agree with Tanya?
Because she's right. You can't really sit there and say you're really trying to meet somebody if you're not giving them 100%. Like if I'm sitting there and I got 3 other women and I'm taking everybody
Which
out.
y'all do.
No, but that's see now she's doing something totally
That's
different.
your-
I'm just addressing what Tanya's saying, which is agreed. If you really meet somebody and you think that they're worth your time, if you're not giving them 100%, then you're not going to get 100% back.
Right.
And like if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But you can't be giving somebody 50%. Because you have your other 50%
I
spread between
disagree.
3 people.
But
I disagree.
It doesn't work
No,
that way.
Before you say that, I think the clear point is if she's talking about I've met a person, I like them, I'm going to date them. Yes, it should be one. But the crew, the roster, if you meet 5 dudes at Park, you haven't picked one yet. Date all 5.
I just can't do it. I just don't
disagree.
speak
I
for me.
disagree.
I just-
She's talking about fucking. She's not talking about dating. People like to use all these like euphemisms. No, that's what she means. Trust me, that's what she means. And for those older men that may be looking at these women to date and whatnot, heed what she said. Yes, they will have a roster. I'm not gonna sit here and out myself, but there's been many times I've messed around with women in this age, right? And they're dating for love, but yet they're dating a dude like me, right? And while I'm doing what I'm doing, I ain't gonna get into all that, but be careful of women like this, because not because they're single doesn't mean they're actually single.
Even in marriage, you're not giving 100% in your marriage. Like I've been married for 15 years, been with him most of my life. You're not giving 100% in your marriage. You're giving. Sometimes you have 50, sometimes you got 80, sometimes you got 10, and hopefully he gives you that what you're lacking. However, in the dating pool, I just feel like for me, I've been engaged to 3 times, and every person that I would say proposed to me, I wasn't giving 100%. I was dating other people.
Oh wow.
And I felt like I was being my full genuine self in that moment with them. You know what I mean? But I was not giving 100% of me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I was giving the happiest part of me, the happiest space that I was in when I was with that
Good
person.
point.
I was
I
not.
don't know if that's a
And
good
so
point.
That is a good. No, that is a good.
He's right. I don't know if that's a good point. That's why that didn't work out, because you weren't doing what you were supposed to do to facilitate a healthy relationship. Did you not? What? Am I stupid? And she's saying good point. He's right. I don't know if that is a good point. You were engaged, but yet like I said, be careful. They're not really single. And I'm not just saying that for the women. The men as well. I'm a person, I keep it a buck. I tell you exactly what it is and what I'm about. You don't want to rock with it, that's fine.
Good point, because she's saying that people look at giving 100% as the good stuff.
Yes.
But the 100% is all the stuff. And all y'all really want is the good part.
The good.
That's actually not true.
A woman that's been scorned. A woman that's been hurt. You see it in her face, her mannerisms, how she's reacting to him, and even he's confused. Like, what the fuck did I do? Like, you see it. You see it. And this is what I'm talking about. And I keep reiterating. For her dating these other guys, no, it's just fucking. That's all it is. Because you see what she said, you just want the good parts. Look, if you've been hurt and scarred in whatever relationships you have, deal with that and don't impart it on anybody else. That's on you.
Like myself.
I'm just saying, I mean, Melita did say she was engaged 3 times. so what I'm saying is, she said she didn't give him 100%. So, I don't think I've ever been in a relationship and I didn't give it 100%. And when I was married, I gave it 100%.
You feel like you gave it 100%?
Yeah.
Or was it at times that you gave it 100%?
Nobody
Nobody gives 100% at all times in their marriage.
Longevity is going to wear you down. But I think that anybody that's been married, you should be giving it everything you could give it when you walk through the door every day, or it's not going to work out.
I agree. I felt like I gave my marriage of over 20 years 100%.
Yeah.
But the 100% changed.
Exactly.
Because if I was in a space where I was not 100% myself,
Right.
I always know I'm going into it. This can go either way. You know what I'm saying? So
I think you're
I'm open
always
to
going
that.
to have that
But I
one
haven't been dating
person
that long either.
that you're dealing with, that you're giving 100% to. You're going to have that one person, and then you're going to have your little sprinkles here.
She's tripping.
But another,
It's always going to be one dude in your life at all times that you like, oh, he the one that I'm going to drop everything for. I got one. So he called. What time?
Like I said, this is what I love about technology. People out here just spilling their business and no one even asks. No one's telling her to say all this. But listen, men, pay attention what she just said. Because she's absolutely right. How do I know? Trust me. She's telling it right here. And this isn't an age thing. It's not.
It's always one. And then the rest, it's like when I get around to you.
yeah.
But we all got the one that we're going to give 100% to. So that's all I'm saying. But I just feel like when you're dating, it's an interview process. You don't interview one person when you hiring for your business.
I don't.
You interview several people.
I like
And
that.
they should be trying to get the job of dating you seriously. But you got to remember, especially in this area, I feel like everywhere, God, it's not a lot of commitment.
Mhm.
It's a lot of situationships. We just kind of kicking it.
That became normal.
You my dude, but you ain't my dude. It's so much of that
I agree.
that it's not really, no one has clearly defined roles like you used to. You remember back in the 90s, y'all went out 3 times. He bought you a teddy bear and said, we go together. Now it's like, you be like, oh, we cool, we together, but we not together.
But maybe also.
And there's a lot of that. You know, so if I'm going to be together and not together, I'm going to have 4 of y'all. Yeah.
Maybe
But
that's
you only sleeping with one. Let's put that out there. Do not be sleeping around.
Right. Well, yeah, that's not good.
I'm sorry, I say cap. You're going to tell me that you have multiple guys, you're entertaining them, and you're not giving them no cookie, but you're giving it to one? Look, how do I know? I know. I'm going to end the video here, but I want to leave with this, right? Pay attention. These are all older women. I'm not sure if she's been married, but these two were married 15, 20 years, right? And you see how they have dog shit advice. And when I say dog shit, I'm not joking when I say dog shit. Dog shit. She sat up here and said, I was engaged 3 times, and I don't think I've ever really given my all when it came to that. And I was talking to multiple people during that. Yeah, that's why you engaged 3 times. Because you half-assed it. You know what I'm saying? Her, when it comes to her marriage, she didn't really expand on that too much, but you know, you would think that you would think all of these women in their mature ages would have a little bit more of like tact, experience, and just know-how of how to conduct themselves in a relationship and how to secure a better relationship with them being older and having been in long-term relationships, marriages at that. You would think that they would have better advice. They don't. That's sad. Young women, don't listen to older women like this, because they're going to lead you astray and have you thinking that you're a 10. And let's be real, not everyone's a 10. We have to be honest about who we are and we have to stay in our lane. I know I'm not a 10. It is what it is. I could be mad all day, or I could just try to be a 10. Well, guys, you already know the drill. That's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like. Comment down below. Tell me your thoughts. If you're an older woman or even an older man, am I wrong? Like, let me know. Let me know and be honest. I know because of my own experiences and then talking to older women and older men, and then men that also partake in older women. You know, so that's how I know that what I'm saying has some basis in fact. And subscribe if you want to see more. Peace.